Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Patty. I go by Pattymac Makes everywhere online. So today's view is a super duper close-up of my current new favorite presser foot. And it is the 1/4 inch foot, and I have become acquainted with this foot since obtaining my new Singer Patchwork sewing machine. I bought this machine in August. It was my birthday present to myself. And if you want to see it unboxed, I'll link over to that video for you. I can tell you I have really loved sewing on this machine. I've had almost a good 2 solid months on it. I am loving it, and it has really helped improve my quilting life. The reason this machine has helped me so much with my quilting is that it has built-in features to help with keeping an accurate 1/4 inch seam. And if you are into quilting, and I'm pretty sure you are if you're here watching this, you know that the 1/4 inch seam can be a real devil to keep. And so one of the ways that you can help yourself with that is to use a 1/4 inch foot. Some people don't like them. There are different reasons for not liking them. I'll tell you, I have enjoyed it. It's helped me with my consistency, and right here we're looking at it super close up. And the way that it helps you keep your seams where they're supposed to be is it has this little ledge over here. And this little ledge will line up on the throat plate, and I'll show you that when we move over to that part. But this little guide really helps you to keep your fabric where it's supposed to be. And this little hole right here is where the needle goes, and you can see you've got to have the needle in the right spot. And that little ledge lines up with markings on the throat plate, and using the ledge in combination with the little markings, it really does help to keep an accurate 1/4 inch seam. And there you can really see it from overhead. So that's what it looks like. So it's just a snap-on. My new machine has snap-on presser feet, and so I'm going to snap it on and I'll show you what it does. Here we are, super zoomed in on my throat plate of my sewing machine, and so you can see the presser foot is here. It's not on yet. Before I put it on, I want you to see that on top of the bobbin case, there's a line here, and then there's a little notch here in the throat plate itself. And these markings are the 1/4 inch seam. And when I put the presser foot on, all of these things line up to help me to achieve that appropriate seam allowance. So let's put this on. Okay. And then I want to make sure that my stitch is in for my machine, the 0-0 position, which is just a straight stitch. You don't want to be on any sort of a zigzag or decorative stitch, because you'll wind up hitting the metal, and if you do that, you're going to damage the needle housing and bend your machine, and you know it's not good. So we don't want to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this little leader and run it right through, and I'll put the needle in the down position, and then I can lock it in so that as I am stitching, all of my every time I'm done with a seam, the needle will be in the down position. Okay, I've got my little fabric sample ready. So what I'm going to do is lift up, and I'm going to bring that fabric right to the edge of the needle, and the fabric itself is lined up right here with the edge of that little bar. That's your seam guide. And then I can also watch my there's like a drawn line, and then there's that notch, and my job is to make sure that I'm lined up here going all the way up. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll tell you, if you haven't used like a little tool, you can use a knitting needle, you can use a seam ripper, there are actual pieces that you can buy that are stylus, that's what they call it, is a stylus, to help you in keeping your fabric where it needs to be all the way to the end for the 1/4 inch seam. I highly recommend trying something like that out, because it does make a difference in keeping your seam even. And I'm just chain piecing right at this moment. Here's my under. My under is kind of ratty. It's about ready to be retired. Okay, and let's look at our pieces. Here are my 2 samples, and they're just beautiful. They're chain pieced. If you're unsure about chain piecing, I'll link to a video on that. But look at these beautiful perfect seams. Let me clip this leader. Okay, look at these beautiful seams. They are perfect. They're absolutely gorgeous. So here are the 2 samples. I've removed them from the machine. I've cut the under and leader pieces, and here you can just see those gorgeous straight seams. And honest to goodness, for me, having both the markings here and the ledge on the 1/4 inch seam foot really helps. So if you're on the fence about using the 1/4 inch seam foot, I personally really like it. I think it's helped me a lot. I know some people are not crazy about them and feel like it's off a little bit, and you have to you do have to figure out how to work to get your own accurate 1/4 inch seam. Everybody's machine is a little bit different, their practice is a little bit different, so you're just going to have to figure that out for yourself. But I'll tell you, in my case, personally, having this 1/4 inch seam foot has really helped. So that's how I use it, that's how it works. And if you do not have the markings like I do already on your machine, what you can do is you can take painter's tape and mark it right there and make your own little seam guide. I used to do that on the other machine, but now that I have this, I just use the lines that are already there. Okay, that's the 1/4 inch seam foot on the Singer Patchwork sewing machine. I hope that was helpful.